Hey, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Not too long ago, I figured I had made it. I thought everything was awesome in my life. I was running through my life. I was running with my now ex-husband, 6 or 7 different businesses in real estate, in food manufacturing, in hospitality, and I thought I had it made. From all intents and purposes. People looking at us on the outside would think, oh my God, they've got it all together. Everything is so wonderful. But the inside of my life and what was really going on was about to come crashing down like a house of cards. I just didn't know it at the time. And when the house of cards started falling, every card fell pretty significantly, to the point that I'll tell you a little bit about that. So at the time, running a bunch of different businesses. One was with a really challenging business partner, and we had ended up in a lawsuit with the city. Another one, the real estate business that I was in, was actually soul sucking for me. Every day it was hours and hours on the phone in the real estate market, with loss mitigators, with banks, with people that were in trouble with their homes, the one in the middle negotiating all of those deals. My son was in college. My daughter was a rebellious teenager. Love my kids. They're awesome. And that's a while ago now. So they're amazing human beings. But at the time, it was challenging. With my son far away, my daughter, acting up as teenage girls tend to do with their moms. There was things that came up with that. And then I found out that my husband had a girlfriend. And between that and the lawsuit, me not taking care of myself at all, because I was working all the time, which was part of why my daughter was a rebellious teenager. All I did was work in all these different businesses, and I wasn't always working on the businesses. A lot of times I was filling in wherever I had to and working in the businesses. And I wasn't taking care of myself. I was barely sleeping. I was living on caffeine, 2 liters of Diet Coke a day, or the equivalent, 2 pots of coffee a day. And then at the end of the day, right before I'd fall in bed at midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, I would just grab whatever was convenient. It wasn't good for me. And it wasn't healthy. And as somebody that's had chronic pain the majority of my life, I wasn't doing what I needed to do to take care of myself. I wasn't exercising at all. I mean, exercise, who had time for that? I wasn't making meals and preparing things that were good for me. I just was eating whatever I could find. And it was usually something super bad that made me feel terrible. So I was gaining weight. So all of this was just culminating in filling me with doubt, worry, fear, anxiety, stress. I didn't even recognize myself. I remember asking myself, like, probably hundreds or thousands of times a day, and saying, for the first time ever in my life, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Every problem that came up in any business or any situation just seemed to pile onto my sense of overwhelm. My little red wagon, my dad used to call it, was getting full and starting to overflow. And instead of taking it piece by piece and dealing with one thing at a time, which is what I knew to do, I was caving in. It was all too much at one time. We women try to take on and do absolutely everything for everybody. And in doing that, a lot of times we lose ourselves and we forget to do what we need to survive, to take care of ourselves. And I was leaving. We had a city council meeting after we won the lawsuit with the city to reestablish our business. It was a liquor license dispute and how we were going to do that. And I left the city council meeting, walked to the bar in question, cut through that down to one of my other businesses. But on the way, everything went black and there was nothing.